everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a comprehensive review of the much anticipated Huda Beauty Faux Filter Liquid Foundation. In this video, you are going to see me do a demo. I am filming on an iPhone, no filters whatsoever. I am in natural light, so hopefully you will be able to see everything very, very clearly and unfiltered. And I'm also going to be showing you some comparison swatches to other foundation shades, as well as letting you all know how it held up on my very, very oily, maturing skin. So if you have really, really oily skin like I do, and large pores, you're gonna wanna see this review before making your decision. So without further ado, let's review. So let's start with the basics. The Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation is $40 for 1.18 ounces. Most foundations are 1 ounce, so you are getting a little bit more for your $40. It does have a pump, which if you're familiar with my channel and my foundation reviews, I really like when liquid foundations have a pump. I was not super impressed that this bottle was plastic. I think it's pretty packaging, but when you feel it, when it's in your hands, it doesn't feel very luxurious. To me, it doesn't really feel like a $40 foundation. Even my Bare Minerals one that's glass feels more luxurious to me. I don't know, I just thought that something other than plastic would be nicer for the money. So if you are a person who likes really luxurious packaging, this is not it. Now, while there is an excellent shade range, and Huda has put out lots of different charts on social media about how to choose the correct color, I still struggled to figure out what to buy online. There were only a couple medium shades left. I like to wear shades that are more in the light medium category. You know, there's usually fair, light medium, medium, tan, all that. So I usually go to the light medium shade. I'm usually about maybe the 5th or 6th shade in a foundation range, down from lightest to darkest. Anyway, on the Sephora website, they said that Macaroon 230N was a neutral and that it was for someone with light to medium skin with peachy undertones. I want to do the swatches and then I will get to the demo. Okay, so this is Macaroon 230. Next up, I'm gonna do a pump of the Bare Minerals Bare Pro in 15 Sandalwood. So what I'm seeing is the Bare Pro is a little bit more yellow and a little bit darker. And now we have Tawny from Estee Lauder. So these are two shades that I currently wear and that I'm comfortable with. So you can see why I would feel a little bit light in this one. And I do have it on now, and it might not seem too light to you, but I have applied bronzer and blush and it's been sitting on for several minutes. So you will see in the demo what I'm talking about when I say that I feel like this color is too light for me. So once again, these are the colors. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer. Hopefully that will help. So again, Macaroon 230, Bare Minerals Sandalwood, and Tawny from Estee Lauder. It's got a very light floral fragrance. It's not like when you open up a bottle of Dior or Lancome. But it is there. It's not super strong, but it's there. So if you don't like fragrance at all in a foundation, then that might be a strike against this one in your mind. So that's the swatch. I have it on. Let's get to the demo, the check-ins, and then my final thoughts at the end. All right, it is demo time. I did wear this product yesterday, and I did notice that I got pretty oily all over. It wasn't just in my T-zone, it was all over my face, and I had a little bit of separation on my nose, looked a little heavy around my mouth. So today I'm gonna be using a primer. So today I've chosen to use this matte face base from Kiko Milano. It's not the best primer I've ever used. It's not great for filling in pores or anything, but I do find that it helps pretty well with shine, and it's not really expensive. Let's get to putting on this foundation. As you can see, well, you don't know this, but I'm in front of a window. I'm using my iPhone, and this is my skin with just a little moisturizer and primer that's been sitting on here for a good 10 minutes or so while I did my eye makeup. So the shade I am using is Macaroon 230N, and I am just going to be putting a little dot here, here, and here to start. I do find that a little bit goes a long way with this. I don't have the brush that she is selling with it or partnering with this foundation, but I have something similar. I think it's a really soft brush from, oh, I just got makeup all over it, from BH Cosmetics. And what I noticed at first, yesterday, my first impression was that it was so light. Like I thought, oh my God, I've gotten the palest color. I looked sickly white. And let's see what you guys think. But I did find that it darkened pretty quickly. So you'll see what I mean. Like, look how white that is going on for a color that's like 6 or 7, if not more shades into the range for it to be this light. I was just really surprised. I mean, look at that. It's so light. But as you'll see, it is going to darken a little bit and it's going to kind of meld in with my skin. And by the end of yesterday, I felt like it got really dark, almost like several shades darker, but we'll see what happens today. This is day 2. So that gave pretty good coverage with just those 3 little dots. It's pretty much covered all of my discoloration over here. It does look like it matches right now, doesn't it? I think in a second you're gonna hear my dog coming up the stairs. Come on, Pebbles, you wanna come up? Come on. So I'm gonna put another dot here, here, and here. And blend that out. I don't usually do my foundation after my brows and eye makeup. I usually do it first because whenever I do foundation after eye makeup and brows, I have a tendency to remove my brows. So I would for sure say that this is full coverage. It is super light. I feel like it's, I mean, it may in this lighting look like it's even on my neck and chest, but to me, it's a good shade or two too light. If what happened yesterday happens again today, which I'm assuming it will, then it will darken pretty quickly. So I do feel like I need a little bit more around my mouth, so I'm gonna do just like a half pump, like a little tiny dot right there, and add some coverage around my mouth. I'm gonna go over my lips. Just get a little bit more through that T-zone. Shh. She's got to go see what's going on. One of my windows is open and I think my neighbor is outside on the phone. So she's a little angry. She's got to go check things out. So here it is. I definitely think that it is full coverage. So if you are somebody who does not like a full coverage foundation, you will not like this. Perhaps using a damp beauty blender might shear it out a little bit, but this is not for somebody who's used to using like a tinted moisturizer or anything like that. So I'm going to put on the rest of my face, my concealer, blush, all that, and then come back and show you, maybe you can see if it's darkened. Maybe it will. Yesterday it had darkened within a couple minutes, so I guess we will find out. I will be right back. So with the magic of editing, I am back 15 minutes later with my full face on. A couple things I noticed. When I went to my vanity mirror back there after I did this little demo, and I looked in the mirror over there, my close-up mirror, I felt like it did cling to some dry patches that I didn't really know I had. I'd missed some spots because I really need to be in like a really close mirror to apply my foundation. And it's just because I'm getting older and my eyesight's going, I guess. But yeah, I wasn't loving the way it looked, so I actually went in with a damp beauty blender and added a little bit more through my T-zone. And today it did not darken as quickly as I felt it did yesterday, which is why I like to try foundations out for a few days before reviewing them, because today I feel like it's still pretty light even after what's it been, like 20 minutes since I did the first side. And I looked in some other lighting in my room, other mirrors, and I do feel like a little bit like a vampire. Like my face, it might not look like, I'm looking in my phone right now and it looks pretty even, but honestly, you gotta trust me on this. When I look in other mirrors right now, I look very light. And I'm one of those people that likes to go a little bit darker even with my foundation and then just blend down. As always with my foundation reviews, I'm gonna wear this for the next 10, 12 hours, check in a couple times during the day, and I guess we will see together whether or not I have the same experience today that I did yesterday. With that said, I will check in with you all in a couple of hours. Okay guys, it's been about 5 hours since I did that demo. I would have checked in sooner, but I just got so busy with editing and uploading a new video. So this is what it looks like. I have been looking around at different mirrors in my house before I came and did this check-in. I feel like the foundation oxidized just a hair today. I feel like the primer that I used might have helped in keeping it from oxidizing as much as it did yesterday. I'm not positive. It's definitely helped with the shine factor because yesterday I was really shiny. So if you're oily, using an oil controlling primer is really, really important. That's probably why Huda launched a primer in conjunction with this, because it is definitely necessary if you're oily and you want some oil control, because yesterday I was very, very shiny. I'm still a little shiny, I don't know if you can tell. So right now, basically my thoughts are that I like it, I'm not wowed by it. I think it looks a little bit heavy on my skin. It emphasizes texture a little bit. You're not really seeing it in this video though. I don't know why. I mean, maybe I'm really, really dissecting it, but you know, I have lost a little bit of coverage around my nose and around my mouth. So the staying power isn't as great as some others I've tried, and it's not making me look as you know, smooth. It's not, I don't know. I'm just not wowed by it at this point, but I will check in with you guys in a few more hours. All right, we are now 10 hours in and I'm in my guest bathroom and I'm not real happy. I gotta say, this happened to me yesterday. So I just lose coverage through the T-zone, even with primer, and I just don't like the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it emphasizes texture. It doesn't sit right on my skin. It doesn't make my pores larger or anything. It doesn't emphasize pores, but you know, I want my foundation to make my skin look nicer, and I feel like this is not making it look, I mean, it's not making it look horrible, but I'm just not loving it. So as you can see, I did not do another check-in last night. I really felt like I saw all I needed to see, and you probably saw all you needed to see at that last 10-hour check-in that you just saw. I think you could tell that I just was ready to wash it off, that I was pretty disappointed. I am pretty disappointed because I had such high hopes for this. I am a huge fan of Huda's, and I have some of her other products that I really like. The liquid lipsticks, the lip strobes, the rose gold eyeshadow palette is something I use quite often. And I just thought that I would like this a lot better. And the reasons why, I mean, I'm not gonna go through everything that you just heard, but the oxidization factor, I felt like it didn't oxidize as quickly as it did the first day, but definitely by the end of the day, it had darkened or oxidized at least a full shade. So I think selecting a color is gonna be pretty hard, especially if you have to order online. It made me extremely oily, even with a primer. That last check-in, I think you could see that it had really disappeared through my T-zone. My skin did not look that smooth. This foundation is called Faux Filter, and I think that when Huda was promoting this, I think that she really was saying that it was geared towards those people that are really into social media, into putting makeup photos or photos on Instagram, and everything in this day and age is about looking great on those platforms. And that's what this foundation can do, I guess, because it does look really flawless, and it can make you look flawless in photos or for the hour or so that you might be recording a video, or you might be trying to get that perfect Instagram shot. So if that's what you're looking for, just a foundation to take some pictures, it would be great for that. But if you want that flawless look to last throughout the day, this isn't gonna cut it. At least for me, it didn't cut it. It just didn't have the wear that I'm looking for, didn't have any type of oil control. I'm not gonna keep going. I think you know that for me, this was a pass, and I'm actually going to, well, it's not a pass because I bought it, but it's gonna go back to the store. And I don't typically return foundations, but I don't think I'll ever use this again, to be honest with you. So that is it for this Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation review. The next review I will be putting up will be for the new Jouer High Coverage Cream Foundation. That one I should be putting up next week. I just got it today. I'm gonna be wearing it for the next couple days. So be sure you're subscribed to my channel so you'll be notified when that uploads. You could also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. All of that is Risa Does Makeup. Snapchat is where anybody who follows me on Snapchat saw my thoughts. I did a snap after I did that last check-in, and I didn't say how I felt about the foundation, but I let you guys take a guess. I kind of went like, well, what do you think based on this? And everybody who messaged me guessed correctly. It was a major fail for me. I'm sorry. I'm sure I just lost any chance of ever getting on Huda Beauty's PR. Of course, I'm sure she probably doesn't watch such small channels reviews, but even if she does, there goes my chances of ever being on her PR. But what can I say? I have to speak the truth, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment, and I will see you guys in my next video.